Alright, this is my second time filming this video. I accidentally muted my mic in the other video, but I finally had a nice, juicy green day. And I mean, I caught the top both times. I just shoulda, coulda, woulda held it, but hey, I caught a piece of the pie. That's all that matters. Let's get right on to it, right? So, first of all, okay. Okay. Sorry, I gotta remember why I took the trades. So, boom, on the 1 hour chart, right? First of all, someone asked me if I do like daily bias or whatever. I don't do daily bias. I like to know what's going on a bigger time frame, but like I'm a scalper. I'm in and out of the market, so I don't need to know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours if I'm only going to be in a trade for, I don't know, an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, who knows. But what I was looking at on the 15-minute, originally I did like the idea of longs. Okay, we got this nice support. Sorry, we have this nice support zone on a 1 hour time frame, right? And then I saw that, we were starting to break above it, and I wanted to see a continuation, a push up, up into these orders up here. But that's not what happened. But originally, yes, I was thinking long. That's not what happened though. So if we go to market open, we see that there was 8:30 news. I think it was PPI. And right off the bat, I should have already have known that it was going to be kind of a choppy day in New York session, because news at 8:30 almost always usually like takes liquidity, right? Like you guys have seen it. It goes doo doo, like and this news liquidity didn't take anything. you know um so that was something to note, that I saw it, but I didn't think much of it until market open, and we came up here to this what is this, resistance zone, area of interest, whatever you want to call it. We came up here and we rejected it. Oh my god, sorry, but we failed to take out this liquidity. So I was like, all right, NASDAQ, you being funny. Okay, you being a little choppy. And then we came down here. I had the opportunity to take longs right here, but I didn't know that we had this 10-minute demand zone right here. We have this aggressive buying going on. I didn't see it at the time. I didn't have it, drawn out or whatever. I didn't take the longs. I was just waiting. And also, when I saw that we failed to take, the liquidity down here, I was like, most likely it's going to be, a choppy ranging day. And in a ranging day, it goes up and down basically. And I mean, that's kind of what it's been doing today, but, going down. Anyways, let me explain the trade that I took. Now, don't get me wrong, I did go long here. I took a couple more trades, but I think they're like either a small loss or like a break even. So I'm just gonna explain like the two big wins that caused a huge movement, okay? And it's this one right here. So what I was looking at here was this 15-minute supply zone. You see this basing candle and then the huge move down. That's what this gray zone right here is, okay? Now, even though we were breaking above, the 50%, I knew that it was already going to be a ranging day for multiple reasons, okay? But sorry, I just got a text on Instagram and I forgot what I was going to say. But okay, so let me just explain the trade, right? I wasn't looking for longs because I knew it was going to be a choppy ranging day. So what I waited for was to go back down, trade within the range, trade with what's already been going on. Because on a ranging day, I don't want to take like breakout trades. And what I mean by breakout trades is like taking a buy up here, you know, taking this like resistance level and just breaking through. I didn't want to do that because I knew we most likely were not going to push like that. So yeah, I waited on the 1 minute time frame. I saw this red candle and I was like, all right, if we get another push down, I'm going to go short and I'll put my stop loss, right above this little wick up here. Boom, I did. I ended up scaling in. So my entry, of course, moved down along with my stop loss. But like this was around my original entry. Okay. And then I actually ended up trailing this to VWAP. And I've made this mistake a couple of times already where like I trail it tight to VWAP and it ends up like touching it, wicking on it, and then shooting, the other direction. It's happened to me a bunch of times. But I don't blame myself. I understand why I do it, to lock in money. And on a choppy day, like, I don't want to hold trade. I just don't. I don't want to. So yeah, I got stopped out around here. Something like this. Okay, something like that. And then I was like, all right, like, it's retesting VWAP. I know there's more. It wants to go more down. Okay. And that's exactly what it did. I mean, we just, from original entry, we went down over 1,000 ticks. Okay. So even though I didn't catch the whole move, it gives me more confidence to hold the next trade or to get into the next trade. Just more confidence in the strategy in general. And we all know that in trading, you need confidence. With anything in life, you need confidence, okay? But with trading, you need confidence in your strategy. Before I talk about the next trade, I had a comment a couple of days ago that said, you have too many lines. The chances of market ripping through the lines are 90%. Now, I understand that, but like, I'm not expecting price to bounce at every line, okay? The point of my lines is for me to get a good entry. That's why I have my lines, okay? I don't have my lines to, I don't know. I don't know what that guy was thinking, but listen, this is why I have my lines. And if you're wondering how I draw my lines, literally 15-minute time frame, boom, wherever price like rejects off of, I just draw a white line at the body, okay? And it works for me, okay? But the lines help me get a better entry, okay? That's literally all. That's all I want to say to that guy is, listen, relax. The lines are not meant to be rejected off of every single time. The lines are for me to get the best entry I could possibly get, okay? Anyways, let's look at the next trade. Okay, I was up around, I think it was like $400 in the morning, and I wanted to keep trading, but it was too choppy for me. Okay, so I was like, all right, let me just come back in the afternoon, see how I'm feeling. And I came back. I took a couple of trades. I got chopped up, and I ended up losing my profits in the morning. But I was like, all right, like, let me take one more trade because I know that this is manipulation right here and it's going to cause a big movement. And it did, right? But let me explain why I got in a sell right here. So first of all, if we go to the 15-minute time frame, we could see that, we ran up to VWAP. We ended up closing above it, but the rest of the candles after that are just funky, funny candles, right? Like they just look crazy. It doesn't make sense. Okay, now on a 5-minute, you can see it's literally going up and down. Okay, now when I saw this supply zone here, I know it's a tiny supply zone, but look at it. It works. Okay, it's aggressive selling at the end of the day. There's aggressive sellers right there. Okay, that's why it's there. Boom. Supply zone. This is what the gray area is. Now I entered off the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so I saw us touch up on the supply zone, and I was like, all right, we got a red candle. If we keep pushing down, I'm gonna enter on a sell, no hesitation. Boom, I did that. I put my stop loss a little bit above the 50% line, and then I actually ended up scaling into this and writing it out. Okay, I actually also ended up closing this trade. Where is it? Yeah, around here. So I caught around 270 ticks because the reason I closed it there too, because I started trailing it right around here. Because there's a small demand zone right here. So I was like, all right, let me just trail it there, lock in profit. Did I expect this huge movement? Not really. I mean, when I saw this trade play out, like me and my group were like, what is going on? Like, W's in the chat, like we were going crazy. At least I was, okay? But yeah, I mean, both of the trades were beautiful. I'm very thankful that I made that money. Top set payout coming soon. Oh my god, this lighting is horrible. I need to fix that. Sorry about that lighting, but yeah, that's all I got to this video. If you want to trade live with me Monday to Friday, except holidays, link below. I also got a free course if you join. Mostly like a psychology course focused on prop firms. Okay, because that's what I'm the best at. Prop firms. That's what I focus on. Prop firms. Okay. But yeah. I'm sorry I look so white. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. The lighting, maybe it's the camera. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the second upload. The first upload I screwed it up. I muted myself tapping the top of the mic. But yeah. I love you guys. Thank you for all of the support. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't be scared to ask. Don't be scared to text me on Instagram. Ask me a question. I'm always happy to help anybody, especially if you're in the need to just talk someone. If you're struggling with trading, let me know because I've been there. I've done that. I know how it feels. Okay? But yeah, that's all I got. And thank you guys for watching.